Heyo everybody, it's Johnny5 Alive here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. It's a bit of a channel update, and as you can see in the background here, I am not playing Planet Coaster. This is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's something that I wanted to talk about in this video as well, but we'll get to that in a second. I do want to kind of talk about where I've been over the last week. I took a little bit of a break, and then I ended up playing like 50 hours of Assassin's Creed during that time. So everybody's doing their own little quarantine. Things have been getting pretty crazy, and here I ended up stocking up on like a year's worth of food. Maybe not that much, but my deep freezer is full, my fridge is full, my pantry's full, and we are quite stocked up in case the worst is to happen. Things aren't as crazy up here in Canada as opposed to other places in the world. However, it still is pretty crazy. The grocery store was nuts. Half the stuff is gone, and it looks like people are taking it pretty seriously. So over the last week, I was just kind of preparing, and then they started working on my roofs. We had to come up with like $5,000 per person in my townhouse complex, 73 units, all $5,000 each, and they're supposed to redo these roofs every 15 years or something. So we had to bite the bullet and take care of that. So they've been actually working on the roofs, and in the next two videos you guys will hear, I did try to do 2 recordings some point last week, and then I kept on noticing in the recording, I was looking at my mic and I was seeing the spikes just from the bang 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 bang. Now luckily I could mute my mic while riding coasters, but while I'm talking it was extremely distracting, let's put it that way. So I didn't they're still working on the roofs today, but now it's like the gutters. But yeah, whether they're working on the neighbors, because it's a complex, you know, it's not just like, even though they did my roof in like two days or so, that's when it was extremely loud. But when they're working on the neighbors or someone adjacent to me, it's still very loud and disturbing. So it's been affecting my sleep, it's affecting my ability to work, and then, you know, everyone in the world is basically doing a quarantine. So I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to do any videos. The noise is too much. The affecting my sleep is too much. Everyone just seems stressed out and seems to be taking a break right now. So I decided I would do the same. And Zell showed me this amazing game, Assassin's Creed. So I started playing that. But in terms of channel updates, we have about 6 days left on the dueling coaster contest. I'm looking at the submission form right now, and there are only 22 submissions. But it is quite common that people wait until the last minute to get their submissions in. But 22 for this close to the deadline with 2 months to work on it, it is somewhat concerning. I hope to see at least 40 submissions. We will have to wait and see. Hopefully this is only half of what we're gonna get. So I did take a quick peek at a couple submissions, and there's a few that are exciting me, but I haven't looked at them all. And but yeah, even 20, that is quite the marathon of dueling coaster videos, and you know, riding multiple coasters per episode. It's going to be quite a jam-packed month going into next month. And with that said, the contest ends on the 31st of March, and 7 days after, on the April 7th, the Fallout 76 Wastelanders DLC is going to be dropping. And that, if you guys remember back on the channel about a year and a bit ago, I did about 60 something Fallout 76 videos, and it was very popular. It brought in a bunch of views, it brought in a bunch of subscribers. I think my all-time most viewed video is a Fallout 76 tips and tricks video. So with that said, Fallout 76 Wastelanders is supposed to be the game that everybody anticipated, like the game we were supposed to get. It has NPCs, it's a proper video game, so that is definitely something we want to check out. But I don't know how much of it I'm going to cover, because I've already did like the farming tips, I've already done the plastic guides and the perk guides, and the, you know, everything that you could do in the game I've already covered. So what can you cover further? The fact that oh, this guy gives you this quest. So I'm a little bit skeptical. It's something I want to play. I just don't know how extensive of a coverage I can actually give it, considering I've already done that and the game is a year old. But it is something we want to at least try to play. And with that said, I have 7 days to get all the videos done for the contest if I want to play Wastelanders. But then that means you'll have non-stop daily Planet Coaster videos while I'm playing Wastelanders. So as long as I can buckle up and do all of the videos in 7 days, I am free to play Wastelanders for about a month while still having a surplus of auto-released Planet Coaster videos, which is actually quite exciting. So with that said, I still want to try to get parks out on weekends, and I want to get back to making the videos. Like I said, I recorded 2 videos last week, which you'll see coming up the next couple days, and then I'm gonna go and record as much as I can today and try to get a nice flow of content, regular content, leading up until the contest, so you guys can look forward to some more Planet Coaster spotlights, and then we'll go straight into the contest from there, and possibly some Fallout 76 content. And that's pretty much the update for the channel, what's been going on. I am still alive, I am not sick, I am stocked up and prepared, and I just took a little bit of time to play some Assassin's Creed. So while we're on the topic of Assassin's Creed, you guys are seeing the screenshots in the background, and I want to take the rest of the video to talk about this game because it was the most surprising game of the decade to me. Now, let me put it out there that I am not an Assassin's Creed fan. I played the very, very first one back in like 2007, and they've been yearly releasing Assassin's Creed's game for the last 13 years. It's on a yearly cycle. Usually games that are on a yearly cycle I find to be very repetitive, underperforming, and just kind of mediocre and just grindy. I found with the first Assassin's Creed, it was just slitting necks and jumping on people, and it was the same thing over and over and over and over again, and I certainly wasn't that big of a fan. So I was just turned off from the game until 13 years later when Zell suggested I check out Odyssey, and it was on a Steam sale for like 75% off, and then they also did a free weekend where you could try it for free last weekend. I jumped into Assassin's Creed kind of just with no expectations. I actually expected that I wasn't going to enjoy it, and that's why I just spent $20 on the regular edition of the game to not only 10-20 hours into the game end up buying the DLC separately because I was enjoying it so thoroughly. As you can see from the screenshots, it's an absolutely beautiful game, and I would go as far as to say probably visually the most impressive game I have ever played. It is just breathtaking how much they crammed into this game, and it still runs at 60 FPS on my rig and on ultra settings. It's just a marvelous creation. I'm constantly in awe running around this world and just in shock that this is actually a video game. Now, the one thing that I really like about it, as opposed to I probably still wouldn't like the older Assassin's Creed games, and I was looking at reviews and stuff on this one. Between this and Origins, the last two, they are the worst rated Assassin's Creed games of all time, and there's a lot of people on Metacritic giving it zeros because they're salty about like items being in the shop and like EXP boosters, like basically like times savers. If you want to pay money to beat the game faster, you can do that, and people got salty about that and gave the game a 0. And in my opinion, it doesn't deserve a 0 over that, and in my opinion, you don't have to buy anything off the shop, and it's easily an 8 or a 9 out of 10 of a video game. A near perfect game. There's just so much to it now. In the last 2 games, this one and Origins, are more modernized for RPG style gamers like myself. The reason I don't like Assassin's Creed games in the past is because they're more of an action game. You're just running around killing stuff. This one, you have naval battles, you have gear, you can upgrade your gear, you can customize your gear, you can transmog your gear, you can change your outfits, you can really tailor your character to your liking. The skill trees are absolutely amazing. amazing, and the combat is phenomenal. And then this game in particular, you're playing, it's the Spartans versus Athens, and you're going to war. There's giant battles, and like you could customize your ship. It's just absolutely insane. You have mercenaries, like the more you kill, the more you steal, the more your wanted goes up, and then they send these mercenaries after you. And then there's this whole underground cult thing that's related to the story, and you have to go hunt these cult members. And then depending on whether you choose the girl or the guy at the beginning of the game, the other character that you didn't choose becomes an integral part of the story. And I absolutely love the story personally. Every time I get into a dialogue, I find the dialogue to be so well done. The voice acting's great, and it all just ties together as one of the perfect RPGs I've ever played. And I cannot say that for the rest of the Assassin's Creed, because I am one that likes to tinker with builds. I like to tinker with gear and all that stuff. And this game has definitely satiated my desires for what I require in an RPG. And it really is, becomes, I don't want to really compare it to Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption, but it is like the Grand Theft Auto of mythology games. You have your boat instead of a car, you can sail, you know, there's so much to do, so much to see, and there's just a ton of variety and content in this game. And with 50 hours played, I am only like 30% done the main game, and that's not including the 2 DLCs you get and the free DLC you get. It's easily, if you want to 100% the game, a 250-hour game, and I am absolutely blown away by it. Graphically, combat-wise, and everything that the game has to offer. I 100% recommend this game and suggest you give it a chance. If you weren't a fan of Assassin's Creed games in the past, you certainly will be a fan of this one, because I know I am. And I'm looking forward to the next one, which is rumored to be Vikings, and they missed their yearly development cycle, which means they've been working on this one for 2 years, and there's going to be a little bit extra effort gone into the next installment of Assassin's Creed. So when that game comes out, I might actually consider live streaming the entire playthrough, simply because making episodes would take too long. And I'm super excited about what Ubisoft has in store for the future of Assassin's Creed. So that's what I've been doing, but there's no way I'm going to finish anytime soon. I'm going to have to pick it up at a later date and continue my adventures another time, because we have the coaster contest and we got to get back to Planko and all of that stuff. So a little channel update for you guys. Expect to see Planet Coaster content rolling out over the next week or so, and then going into the contest. And I just wanted to share my thoughts on Assassin's Creed, because that's what all I've been doing, and it's consumed me for the last week, and I highly recommend you give it a chance. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite games at this point. It's in the top 10 for sure. Let's put it that way. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for me in this video today. I hope everybody is staying safe. Hope you're stocked up, and I wish everybody the best, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.